Hello, my gorgeous friends. Welcome to our nutrition boot camp call this week. I'm really excited to chat with you today about this. It's been on my heart, it's been on my mind, and I'm just excited to chat with you because I feel like hopefully this is going to be something that's super helpful and beneficial to you. Essentially, we're going to be chatting about plateaus today and busting through a plateau if you're finding yourself like just getting frustrated with your journey. And so a little backstory, okay? Long story short, I had a baby in February and she's fabulous and wonderful. And I am like, my mind is being blown right now because I am 1.2 pounds away from my pre-Ellie weight. And normally after, okay, again, backstory, back up. Holland, I didn't even own a scale. After I had my first son, I didn't even own a scale. I honestly was terrified to get on it. And I didn't want to get on it because I knew I felt good. I knew I looked good. I knew I liked the way my clothes were fitting. But I was like terrified to ever get on the scale. And so I didn't. I never did. I don't even know how much I weighed at that point. I know like I look freaking awesome in my pictures, but I really don't know how much I weighed at that point. The one time I did get on a scale, we were actually traveling. We were in Paris and the hotel we were staying in had a scale. And I was like, I wonder. But it was like kilograms or whatever the other metric of weighing yourself is. And I like, I don't know how to convert this to pounds. And so I like did the math, but I don't even know if it was right. So anyways, it's fine. After Elila, I was doing 2B mindset. I was weighing myself every day, but my mindset was not great after Elila. And I think looking back, I think I had some postpartum depression stuff happening. I don't really know, but I think nursing didn't go well with Elila, and she had failure to thrive. She wasn't nursing. She fractured her skull when she was 5.5 months old because of me. I put her on in the bumbo on the counter, and she fell off the counter, fractured her skull, had to stay the night in the hospital. There was just a lot of stuff when Elila was tiny that just like made me feel like I was the worst mom ever. And that was like when we moved to a new state. So we were living with my in-laws for 3 months of that time, which was really hard in and of itself. We were trying to find a new house. I had never lived away from my family before, all the things that come with moving away from your family for the first time ever in your life, in addition to all this other stuff. Okay. So I never got to the point that I wanted to be with Elila after Elila. And even getting pregnant, I felt, Blake and I both felt independent of each other that we should start trying for our baby girl, Ellie. And now, knowing what 2020 brought to our lives, I'm like, okay, Heavenly Father, I see you. Like, I know why you helped us know that it was time to have a baby at that time, even though that is not what we had in store or in mind. But she literally was born like 2 weeks before the world shut down. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, I can see all the tender mercies, like of the timing of everything. So, but even getting pregnant with struggle for words. Getting pregnant with Ellie, I was like, I don't want to get pregnant yet. I'm not where I want to be on my own physical journey. And I don't want to get pregnant again and gain 45 pounds again and whatever. But you know what? We followed that prompting. We got pregnant immediately. I did gain 45 pounds. And because I didn't start where I wanted to be, I weighed 6 pounds more than I did at my heaviest with Holland and Elila. Okay. So now Ellie just turned 7 months old, and I am 1.2 pounds away from my pre-Ellie weight. And my mind is being blown, you guys, because normally I self-sabotage, which I've learned over the last couple of months. That's self-sabotage is actually not a thing. It is never those negative thoughts, never, ever, ever come from you, come from yourself. They come from an outside source, whether you believe in Satan or not. I do. So it's actually Satan sabotaging you and your efforts. It is Satan and all his little minions putting those thoughts into your head that tell you you're not enough, that you should just eat XYZ because you deserve it, and all the things that go into your mind when And it's crazy. And I don't know if you guys can relate to this or not, but I know for me, when I would get so super close to my goal, I would overeat because I earned it. And if I didn't like what it said, then I would overeat because I deserved it. Like no matter what, I deserved it. Either because I had worked so hard and saw such a low number on the scale, or I deserved it because I just was having a hard day and it just was going to make me feel better. Right. And no matter what, I just deserved the food. And those thoughts don't come from God. Like those thoughts come from Satan, and he just wants to sabotage your efforts. And this time, okay, I am doing 75 hard. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's just it seems like it's a physical exercise program, but it's really a mental toughness program. And it's 75 days in a row of 2 45-minute workouts, and one has to be outside. Doesn't matter if it's a blizzard, doesn't matter if it's 120 degrees outside. It doesn't, like, you have to work out outside. So you got to figure it out, be creative, like get her done. So 2 45-minute workouts, one has to be outside. 10 pages of a personal development book, not 9, not 8, not 5, 10. You have to take a progress picture. You have to drink a gallon of water. And you have to stick to a nutrition program. Pick one. It doesn't matter what it is. Just pick one and stick to it. And then no treats for 75 days. Okay. So today is day 53 for me. My older sister, Ashley, is the one who inspired me to do it. And I am on day 53. And it's been amazing. It's been amazing, not just for my physical transformation, but for my mental toughness, and to realize that I had so much more discipline in me that I just wasn't using because I never forced myself to use it. And this is not a plug for 75 hard. If you're thinking about doing it, I would 1,000,000% suggest it. But 75 hard is not for everyone. And this is not me shaming you if you decide you don't want to do it. But it has been really good for me in overcoming Satan because I am feeling those little Satan thoughts coming into my head of like, oh, you are so close to your goal. Like you deserve it. And it's like, well, no, like I'm on day 53. I'm so freaking close to 75 hard. I'm not going to have a chocolate chip cookie right now because then I would have to start over. And that's, maybe you don't know that about 75 hard. If you miss anything of those things I just said, you have to start completely over. And so Blake was on day like 28 and he forgot to take a freaking progress picture and he had to start over. And so it's hard. It's hard. And it's called 75 hard for a reason. And there's an app, thankfully, and the app is the only reason I'm able to like actually check. And before I go to sleep every night, I like make sure I checked all the things so that I don't go to sleep and realize something stupid, like I forgot to take a progress picture and now I have to start over. But it has been so cool to see how well Beachbody programs really work because I'm doing it and I'm not cheating. And I'm following 2B Mindset as part of 75 hard. And I know part of 75 or part of 2B Mindset is like everything is allowed as long as you're drinking water first, as long as you're eating veggies most, as long as you're getting on the scale, and as long as you're tracking everything, like everything is allowed. You can have chocolate chip cookies and you can have nachos and you can have white bread and whatever, like you can, as long as you're drinking water first, having vegetables most, not more, most, like 51% of the things you write down in your tracker are vegetables. Getting on the scale, tracking every bite, right? Okay, that's still 2B Mindset, but at 75 hard, you're not supposed to have any cheats or treats. So we are not having anything sugar. We're not having, if it's not on the list of like what it says for 2B Mindset, this is an FFC, this is a protein, this is a vegetable, this is a fruit. If it's not on the list, we're not eating it. Okay, so that's how we're choosing to do it for 75 hard purposes. And it has been so freaking cool to just like tell Satan to suck it, like every day. Like, no, I'm not giving in. I'm not, and I'm not even tempted. Like, it's not even a question because I'm very committed. And so therefore what? You're like, okay, Bryn, cool. Like you're rocking 75 hard, but I don't want to do 75 hard. So what does that mean for me? Like, I'm just going to fail for the rest of my life? Like, no. Okay. The takeaways that I want to share with you are, there was a time when I was doing 80-day obsession with Alila after I had had Alila. And it was in that time frame where I lived with my in-laws. Okay. We had just moved to another state. I started it when we lived in Utah. And our move was very sudden, very random, very like, whoa, holy crap, here we go. Like, we moved and we hadn't even, like, our house wasn't even under contract, like nothing. And it was very sudden. So I started it in Utah, not knowing we're going to move in the middle of this very randomly and suddenly, and you're going to live with your in-laws for 3 months. And if you don't know this about my in-laws, they love junk food. And it's very tempting always. And my mother-in-law is like pro grocery shopper. She literally goes probably every day. So like their fridge, their pantry is always stocked, like always. And she has like all the seasonal candy that's like so fabulous and delicious. And it's like, it's so hard to like walk away, say no, all the things. Michelle, I just saw your chat. Michelle said, so when you wake up in the morning, Satan is like, crap, she is up. There was a quote like that, and it reminds me of that. Yes, amen. I love that. That's definitely my goal every day, is to be like, oh, yep, she's awake. Suck it, Satan, right? But when I started 80-day obsession, I did not know that I was going to be in this situation and living there, not just like going on vacation to Vegas for a couple days. Like, I was going to be living at my in-laws for a couple months. But you guys, I did it. Like, I did 80-day obsession, and I started beginning of October. So think about it. Okay. That's, October, Halloween, November, Thanksgiving, December, Christmas, peppermint shakes from Chick-fil-A, and all the things. You guys, I did it. And I allowed myself 5 cheat days. I allowed myself Halloween day, Thanksgiving day, the day after Thanksgiving, because we all know it's kind of hard to rein it in like one day after Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Okay. Those are my 5 cheat days that I could have during 80-day obsession. And then the other 75 days, and really it's more than that because it's 80 workouts, but she doesn't count the weekends as part of the 80 days. It's like really like 90 or 95 days. And I did it. I did it. So this is just me telling you, if you are in a season of plateau that you're like, you know what, I really haven't seen the weight loss that I want to see, or I really haven't seen the gains that I want to see in my muscle or the toning that I'm after or whatever, or in the future, maybe you're like, honestly, I'm rocking it right now. Okay, then put this in your back pocket for the day that you're like, meh, the scale's not moving, or I've gone backwards or whatever. Okay. I want to encourage you, first and foremost, try something you've never tried before. Okay. As a part of Beachbody On Demand, we have so many workouts. Okay. And I've done all of them. Like, I'm pretty sure all of them, not all the way through, but most of them all of the way through. And after I had Holland, the new thing I did was Insanity Max 30. I had never tried an Insanity program before. Holy crap, Sean handed my butt to me. And that program made me get results like crazy. It was something I'd never done before. Guess what? I got crazy results. Okay, after Alila, I tried 80-day obsession. I'd never tried anything like that before. And guess what? I got crazy results. After Ellie, I'm doing 75 hard, and I'm doing things I've already done before. I'm doing MM100, which when I did that before, I was pregnant with Ellie, and I still got super lean and tight in my legs. And I was like, okay, if I can get this lean in my legs when I'm pregnant, I want to know what's going to happen to my legs when I'm not pregnant. And I'm going on walks, y'all. I'm still only doing one Beachbody workout as part of 75 hard. I'm doing one Beachbody workout that's 27 minutes today, and I walked my stairs for the other 18 to make it 45 minutes. And then I went on a 45-minute walk this morning while we listened to a coaching call. Okay. So it's nothing crazy. I'm not doing like a million Beachbody workouts every day. Do something different though. If you're in a season of plateau, I want you to switch it up. Try a new workout. Try going on walks. Try riding a bike. I'm going to register for a half marathon and I'm going to train once a week. I'm going to try an Insanity program. I'm going to try this weightlifting thing that I've never done before. I'm going to try, y'all, we have 700 workouts. Like, try something new. Try something different. Okay, I'm just going to put in a little plug. Right now, I can see myself and all of my friends who are on live. I love you, but I can't see a single one of you because you all have your video off. So unless you're like showering right now, I want to see your pretty face. Okay, even if you're like doing something random or multitasking, you're allowed to multitask. But I don't like looking at black screens. Thank you, Michelle. You're the best. Thank you, Ashley. Yeah. Okay, love you guys. Thank you. I love seeing your face. Okay, little plug. Thank you. Okay, so try something new. Try something different. Okay, and commit to it. Okay, that is definitely something that you got to do. If you're like in a season of plateau, it's probably because you've gotten a little lazy or a little lax on your commitment. And the commitment comes from knowing why. Why do you want this? And I can't tell you what that is. Autumn has a really good video about finding your why in the Ultimate Portion Fix videos. So if you bought MBF, you have access to both nutrition programs now. So even if you've never bought UPF in the past, you have access to it now. So go watch that. If you are someone who struggles, like, honestly, I don't know what I'm working towards. I don't know why I want this. I can't suggest that enough. Okay. Next tip I have, in addition to trying something different and committing, is pick a nutrition program and stick to it. Okay. I have gotten crazy results with both Ultimate Portion Fix and To Be Mindset. When I did 80-Day Obsession, I followed Ultimate Portion Fix to a T. This time I am following To Be Mindset to a T. Okay. They both work. They're both awesome. So you can't go wrong. You just, whatever you pick it and go all in. Okay. And going all in, part of that is spending time with the trainer. Both of the trainers have now created written books. So if you are someone who loves To Be Mindset, get Alana's book. It's called You Can Drop It. And if you are a coach, it's available on Team Beachbody. And if you're a coach, you get it for 25% off. So go buy it. Okay. I personally, got to be transparent, I haven't read it yet, but I haven't bought it yet, but I've heard incredible things, and it is on my list that as soon as we get paid on Thursday, I'm going to buy it because I really want to read it. So spending time with the nutritionists, watching the videos again and again and again and again and again. And I'm going to liken it unto scriptures because you know me, I'm a spiritual person. You read the Book of Mormon, the Bible, whatever you read a million times. You don't just read it once and call yourself done, right? Like if you really want to be a spiritual person, you immerse yourself in the book or in prayer or in worship or whatever over and over and over and over again, because it's a part of your identity. It's a part of who you are. So if you want to be someone who doesn't struggle with your nutrition, you need to immerse yourself in nutrition over and over and over and over again. Okay. The videos are so short. They're like 10 to 15 minutes. Just make it a habit. Every time I unload the dishwasher, I'm going to turn one on and I'm going to listen to it. Every time I get ready for the day, I'm going to turn one on and I'm going to listen to it. Every time I XYZ, fill in the blank, whatever time works best for you, make it happen. Make it happen. Okay. Next tip, fourth tip, reward yourself. I don't know what that looks like. It was for me, 80-Day Obsession, my reward, I was like the only thing that was truly hard for me when I was doing 80-Day Obsession during the holiday season was the fact that I couldn't get a peppermint shake from Chick-fil-A. So I love those. And they're seasonal. And I was like, I'm going to totally miss them. And I decided I was finishing on December 29th. And I was like, okay, my reward for this is going to be a peppermint shake from Chick-fil-A. And y'all, it was the best thing ever when I finished that. Okay. And so it doesn't have to be this grandiose, like, I'm going to take my whole family to Disneyland, because that's not even a thing right now with COVID. But reward yourself, figure out something. I had a goal earlier this year that every time I hit a new low on the scale, it didn't have to be consecutively, it didn't have to be whatever, just anytime I had a new low, I wrote it down And as soon as I had 10 new lows, so AKA I'm making progress and getting a lower number, lower number, lower number. As soon as I had 10 new lows, I bought myself a book. And for me, I love personal development. Brene Brown is my jam. And that is a reward for me. To some people, they might hear that and be like, you bought yourself a Brene Brown book as a reward? Like, you're weird. But for me, that really is a treat. So that was my reward. So I would encourage you to think of something that you will reward yourself with. I'm going to go get a pedicure. I am going to pay for a babysitter and I'm going to go get a facial. I am going to pay for a babysitter or ask my mother-in-law or ask my husband or ask someone, whatever. And I'm just going to go sit at a park by myself for 30 minutes and listen to my favorite songs on repeat, whatever. Okay. Like whatever that looks like for you, figure out some type of reward that you can give yourself once you accomplish it. It does not need to cost massive amounts of money or time, but something to look forward to. Okay. Last tip for overcoming that plateau and just really helping yourself get those results is accountability. When I really committed to 80-day obsession, there was a weekday for me where I just wanted to be done. I just wanted to give in. And I had remembered seeing one of my friends who's on this journey with me. She had posted that she was on a journey like this. And if they ever, it was actually my sister now that I think about it, she was doing sugar-free for a year. And she posted, if you ever see me eating processed sugar, you can call me out on it and I will give you $5. And so there was this really weak moment when I was doing 80-day that I was like, okay, I need something like that. And so I got on and I just did a post and I said, all right, if you comment on this post, I will give every single person who comments $5 if I do not keep this commitment that I made to myself to see 80-day obsession through the holidays. Every post on here, every person who comments, I will pay that person $5. And you better believe I finished 80-day obsession because that had like 70 comments or something like that. Y'all, that's like $350. No, is that true? 7 times 5 is 35 plus a 0, 350. Yes, 350. No, I didn't say I would give them $10. 175. Bryn can do math, whatever. It was a lot of money that I was not willing to give. Okay. And it motivated me. So I saw 80-day obsession through to the end, and that really helped me. That really helped me. And obviously I talked about my journey on social media a lot because that's one of my jobs as a coach. So I would really, really, really encourage you to use social media as a tool for one. That's an idea for something you can do. And it doesn't have to be as public and social as that. You could do that with your friends or your family members or whatever, just like, and I know my mom had a really big health goal and she told her friend she's a huge BYU football fan and he's a big Utah fan. And if you know anything about college football, though, they're rivals, like mean, almost not good in any way, shape, or form rivals. And my mom told her friend that if she messed up on her health goal, that she would donate $500 or some astronomical crazy number to the football team. And like, you better believe it made my mom show up because she did not want to donate $500 to this like community she doesn't like. And I like Utah football. I am very proud when Utah wins because I'm from Utah and I don't give a crap, Utah or BYU. I graduated from BYU and I still, anyways, that was a random tangent. That's just me saying, if you're a Ute fan, I still love you and you have a place in my heart. Okay, cool. All right, now that we got that covered. This time though, one of the things that has really helped me is every single day, and if you follow me on Instagram, you already know this, I started saying what happened on the scale. And you guys, that made me show up differently. To say I do this like good morning thing every single day on my stories. And I started saying, good morning, my beautiful friends, just like I always do with my timestamp for what time I woke up. But I added one little tiny thing at the bottom that says, I gained weight or I lost weight. And that's it. Like, and if it's a new low, I say it's a new low. But if it's not, I'm just putting this tiny little sentence underneath my normal thing that just says I gained weight today or I lost weight today. And oh my gosh, it has made me like show up differently, because there's been days that I do gain weight and I'm like, okay, what did I do? Like, I got to learn from this, because that's part of 2B mindset. I got to learn from this. What did I do? Okay, I ate too close to bedtime. Okay, I worked out too close to bedtime, and the lactic acid probably built up while I was sleeping and didn't really have enough time to repair my muscles adequately. Okay, that's probably what it is. Oh shoot, I had my Shakeology a little bit too close to bedtime. For me, if I gained weight, and because I'm not doing cheats or treats at all with 75 hard, it has something to do with the fact that bedtime, like I ate too close to bedtime, I worked out too close to bedtime, I drank my Shakeology too close to bedtime, something along those lines. And so it keeps me in check of like, okay, therefore what? Eat earlier today, finish eating earlier. And to wake up, this has only happened once since I have started doing this. I've only had to admit twice in a row that I gained weight 2 days in a row. Every other time it's been like one day. I say, oh shoot, I gained weight, but it's a learning day. It's all right. I'm going to rein it in. I'm going to learn from it. And I'm goal is to lose weight tomorrow. And every time except for once, not only have I lost weight again, I've either gotten back to my low that was before, or I've beat it and gotten a new low. Okay. That is not to say that your worth is defined by the number on the scale. And please, please, please know that. Okay. That is one of my favorite parts of 2B mindset, is she really, 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 really does help you overcome your battle with the scale and the worth being wrapped up in it. And if you're like, that's not true, I follow 2B mindset and my worth is still really wrapped up in the scale. Okay, then you need to work on the mindset part of 2B. And this is something that Ashley and I have talked extensively about. That's my coach, my sister. Okay. Read, you can drop it. Like I said, I've never read it before, but I've heard a lot about it from people who have read it. I need to read it myself. But dig into the mindset part. The video, from what I've heard, all the videos, and I've seen the videos, are all the like how to do 2B mindset. Her book is all about the mindset of it. And even if you're an ultimate portion fix person, I would still get Alana in your brain. I was an ultimate portion fix person for years and years and years. And I still learned amazing things when it came to my emotional eating from Alana. So get to know both of them. Like, really get to know Autumn and Alana, especially since you have access to both now. Okay. That's basically everything I had for you. So let me run down it real quick again. And if you have questions, please take this time to like drop it in the chat. If something I said like confuses you, or you want me to clarify, like, now is your time to chat it up. Cool. So when you're hitting a plateau, if you're frustrated in your journey, okay, try something different, try something new. Commit, and figure out your why. Why do you want this? And if you haven't yet, watch the why video from Autumn and Ultimate Portion Fix. Okay. Dive into your nutrition and make it as easy on yourself as possible. Meal plan, meal prep, watch easy videos about how to do that on Beachbody On Demand. All the nutrition tabs have awesome tips about meal planning. I've done nutrition bootcamp calls about how I meal plan. If you need those, ask me for them. I would love to share them with you. Figure out how you can make your nutrition easier. Throw away the junk food. Okay. That is definitely one of the things that my family and I have changed during 75 hard, because Blake and I are doing it together. We've just made it a family thing that like, we just really, I mean, we have fruit snacks, but even that we've switched it to organic fruit snacks, and it's now dessert. It used to be like 8 fruit snacks a day. And now it's like, no, you get one fruit snack at night. That's your dessert. And it has been game changing for my family. And that doesn't tempt me. When they're eating chocolate chip cookies all day long, I'm like, I hate you. I hate my life. This is stupid. But when they're eating just as healthy as me, and we're sitting down and eating cucumbers and ranch together, it's like the best, because I know I'm fueling myself well. I know I'm fueling my children well, and I know we're growing together. So nutrition. Okay. Lean in watch the videos, read the books, learn, and constantly immerse yourself in that mindset of just being someone who is a master at nutrition. Okay. Reward yourself somehow, some way, figure it out. Okay. What motivates you, and keep yourself accountable. Lean into our community. Okay. Even if it's like that $5 post idea and you post something in our bot group, hey, everybody who comments on this, I'll give you $5 if I mess up, right? Like that would probably be like 10 people would comment instead of 70, right? But leaning into our community, talking to our community about it if you're someone who doesn't really want to post on social media about it, using your social media platform as an accountability tool if you are someone who likes to share those types of things on social media. Okay. Share, find somebody to keep you accountable outside of just your spouse. And if whoever your coach is, if it's me, if it's someone else, like use them as an accountability partner and let them know exactly what you need and want as far as accountability goes so that you can see the success that you want and need. Cool. Okay. Ashley said, I struggle with my nutrition. I don't eat enough, then I snack later on. And Ashley, that is awesome that you're recognizing that, because the first step to fixing it is to recognize that it's a thing. So really, I would just encourage you to eat 6 meals a day, or 5 to 6 meals a day every day. Because if you're recognizing I don't eat enough and then I snack later on, that is very common. And I've totally been there too. And it's just like, oh, I'm not really that hungry. But then you do get hungry and then you're like hangry. And then you're like, oh crap, what's the fastest thing I can get in my mouth right now? And that is never broccoli and a salad, right? Like that's like carbs. Like just give me all the carbs right now. I just need some food. I need some energy. I'm getting pissed. Like, yes. So that's me, at least. I don't know if that's you, but seriously, 5 to 6 small meals. And Sarah said, yeah, that's what I do. 6 small meals, cracker, cheese, almonds, and grapes. And honestly, this is something I learned a long time ago from Chalene Johnson. And she talked about the 11 healthy habits of healthy people. And one of them is that healthy people generally are not very creative in their food. And what she means by that is, like, a lot of people, if you talk to people who are like, they've been following nutrition programs for XYZ amount of time, they eat very, very similar things every single day after day after day after day after day after day after day, with some variation, but they find what they like and they find that it works for them. And then they just do it again and again and again and again and again and again and again, because it's food is fuel, right? And I know that's me. Eggs are my jam. I know my girl Jess on this call, eggs are her jam. I know some people, oatmeal is your jam. Like, whatever, finding that 2 to 3 breakfasts that just work for you every day. Have some variation in there. Like, I always have eggs, but I don't always have them the same way. Sometimes I have an omelet. Sometimes I have them fried. Sometimes I have them scrambled. Sometimes whatever. Like, but I always have eggs every day, and I can feel it when I don't. And my snacks are very much the same. I have a cheese stick every single day, string cheese, whatever you want to call it, every day. I always have cucumbers or carrots or mushrooms or celery or some sort of raw vegetable. I always have a salad kit. I always have Shakeology for lunch or my afternoon snack. I'm very boring. Like, that is literally breakfast through afternoon, is those things I just said, with some fruit in there. Sometimes I have fruit whenever I'm craving sugar. Sometimes it's with breakfast, sometimes it's morning snack, sometimes it's afternoon snack, sometimes it's with lunch. It's always with Shakeology. I always have some sort of fruit with Shakeology. And then dinner is the only thing that changes. Everything else, morning to afternoon, I am so boring. And then afternoon or evening, dinner, that's where I find the creativity, because I like to cook and I like to experiment with foods. And that's where I find, oh, let's find a new healthy recipe that my whole family loves. Oh, let's find a new one. Oh, let's find a new one. Oh, this one's great. Let's do it again, right? So I would really encourage you to just like have your things on hand that you love. Oh, and I forgot to say one of my staples. Steph is going to laugh at me, and Jess. Deli meat with mustard and a cheese stick. It's so weird, but I like pull the cheese stick, put it inside the deli meat, squirt a little mustard on there, roll it up like a little taquito. It's so good. Okay. That's like one of my favorite things ever. And that's like dessert sometimes for me. And I know it's weird, but it's fine. Okay. So just finding, Ashley, those things that you just always have in your house. And so that you have those easy go-tos and like, all right, I'm hungry. Okay, what do I want? I'm going to have some cottage cheese and an apple. And you have it. It's already there. It doesn't take a lot of prep. It doesn't take anything like that. And you just have those healthy things with you always, your staples that you enjoy, so that you don't reach for the sugary crap. Okay. Michelle said, I'm constantly battling with this. One thing that I remember from To Be Mindset is that to remember when you snack, it's to satisfy you, not make you full so you can eat properly in your next meal. Yes. And another thing that I love about To Be Mindset, and something I've really learned with 75 Hard, I am eating so much less than I was on Ultimate Portion Fix because I'm drinking a gallon of water every day. And I'm like not hungry because I'm so freaking full of water. So really a lot of the times when we're craving sugar, especially, and carbs, we're really just thirsty. So if you're someone who struggles a lot with a sweet tooth, really like, and I'm not just saying this to like, whatever, I have not craved sugar in the last 53 days. It is crazy to me because I am someone who has a massive sweet tooth, but it just goes to show me, Bryn, you have been dehydrated, and Shakeology helps. But I was still struggling with a sweet tooth. I was dehydrated and I needed more water than I was giving myself. So up your water like crazy. Okay. If you're someone who struggles with carbs, sugar, all the things. Okay. Sarah said yogurt, granola, and a banana. That's my favorite breakfast. Yes. Granola is so good. And Michelle said, and it's a way of feeling accountable. Yeah. I know what you mean. You're good. She had an autocorrect, but she's good. Okay. I don't want this to get too long for the people who are going to watch the recording later, but I hope this was helpful. Really, 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 really just know that it all stems with a belief in yourself. And if you're struggling, if all these things, you're like, well, I've done all this, it hasn't worked, I have whatever. Okay. First of all, stop and reflect. Okay. What can I do? And one thing I forgot to say is, instead of asking yourself, how long is it going to take? Ask yourself, how far can I go? And that is the craziest part to me, because I'm 1.2 pounds away from my pre-Ellie and I'm only on day 53. Y'all, I still have 22 days of 75 hard left. And I know I'm going to pass my pre-Ellie weight and I'm going to get lower than I was before pre-Ellie. I know it because I still have 22 days left and I'm like melting, right? So how far can I go? And I'm like, holy crap, by the end of this, I might look like Jericho. Like, and I'm not sad about that life. Like, let's go, right? So how far can I go? Not how long is it going to take? How far can I go? And if you're struggling with all these things, still mindset. Listen to your mean girl, not long enough to give her the space to stay, but long enough to listen to what you need to do to change her and combat it with affirmations and personal development. Okay. And if you need more information about that, we'll talk about that another time, because I could go off on a whole nother tangent of that. Okay. I love you. If you're watching the recording, I will see you later. Hopefully you join next week. If you're on live, stay on live and we'll chat for a little bit. And I'll see you later. Bye, recording friends.